Well, you know, I don't want to put Mystic Meg out of a job or anything, but I've got a feeling that this isn't going to go down too well. Let's begin. Now admittedly, whilst my girlfriend keeps losing the pounds, I seem to be finding most of them, and I'm slowly turning into my very own version of the Marshmallow Man. Although, to be honest, I have a sneaky suspicion that Uber Eats office might have a little something to do with it. But anyway, McDonald's restaurants seem to be everywhere nowadays, don't they? In fact, I think we've got about 3 where I live. But you know, you don't always want to get out of the car, do you, and go inside, which is where their drive-thrus can come in quite handy. So, can you imagine how you'd feel if you heard they were planning a new one in town, but at the very last minute it got scuppered because of a local council of presumably idiots changed their minds at the last minute because they said their residents were too fat? Well, unfortunately, according to The Sun, that's exactly what has happened in one area. I mean, can you imagine it? Hey, yes, hello, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're going to have to cancel because I went out the other day and saw a shocking amount of fat people everywhere. In fact, there was even one in my mirror. The article also says that the local health authority snubbed a £315,000 upgrade to build a supersized drive-thru, blaming local obesity rates. And residents in the leafy suburb of Cremone, I hope I pronounced that right, were due to get a new dual-lane window to serve 14 extra people at a time. But it was hastily knocked back, and locals have slammed the move as figures show the local obesity rates are actually 19% rather than the state's average 33%. In response though, McDonald's said it had introduced a range of healthy options for customers, and the majority of their restaurants had dual-lane drive-thrus. Well, you know, it actually seems a little bit silly to me, especially when obesity rates were actually quite low in those adults. I mean, are they suddenly expecting people to think, oh no, hang on, I'm going to have to wait 5 extra minutes. Oh, yeah, I think I'll go somewhere else. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just can't see that happening. Because at the end of the day, if people want McDonald's, then that's exactly where they're going to go, whether the council like it or not. And actually, speaking of stupid councils, in this video I'll tell you about one that decided to threaten an 11-year-old, which I think you'll probably agree wasn't exactly such a good idea, especially as it wasn't even for crime of the century either. Anyway, subscribe to stay updated, and I'll see you in the next one.